Hello, I'm the Who Guy and welcome back to a very special review where today we're taking a look at the Master and Tardis set. Yes, the brand new Ainley Master set that has just been released by Character Options. You can order this on the website now for $44.99. I will put a link in the description to the Character Online website. This is of course another Vortex edition exclusive to the website, and wow, yeah, we've finally got a proper Ainley Master inside, a load of accessories to look at, as well as the column Tardis. And if you do enjoy the review, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe down below if you're new to the channel. So, a really exciting set, let's get straight into it. And here we have the Master and Tardis Vortex Edition figure box in box, and doesn't it look absolutely wonderful? Of course, the packaging is just like the previous Vortex Edition figures with the kind of slanted cutout on the box. You get the nice plastic window where you can see inside of the figure, and of course that is a high deco Vortex Edition figure, part of the 5.5 inch scale range, and it comes with loads of accessories including heads, tissue compressors, funeral casket, a matrix orb, and of course the Master's column Tardis. And you got the set name down below as well as the Jodie Whittaker box on it. It's in the generic blue design, not really for a certain Doctor, this one. And as you can see, turning to the side of the box, you've got all the Doctor Who logos everywhere plastered, as well as on the bottom some details about the set. And then taking a look at the back of the box, you get a massive write-up all about this figure, and just the Master in general, and of course a write-up about the accessories that are included, because of course there are some TV movie accessories inside this Vortex Edition collector set, and we get a contents box down there which just gives us everything that is going to be inside, as well as a quote above it which is pretty awesome, and of course the Doctor Who merchandise sticker. But there is a nice cool little background inside, so let's get it open. And inside the box you don't actually have to damage the packaging to get the figure out, so you do get to keep this awesome backdrop display, which is really cool, 3D as well, so you can have the Master walking out there. That is a pretty nice inclusion. It is really nice, as you can see, loads of detail within the packaging. So this is everything out of the box, and wow, you do get quite a lot in this set. Of course the expensive price tag is going to reflect that, but we do get some really cool accessories, a really cool Master figure, and a cool TARDIS variant. So what we're going to do is take a look at the Master first, then the accessories, and then the column TARDIS. And here is our Ainley Master figure, and I've got to say the head sculpt on this really does make the figure. Yes, it is quite a plain figure where it is just mostly black, but we do get some new sculpting work on this figure, and of course that head sculpt is absolutely fantastic. Just overall, this figure is really going to stand out on your shelf just because of how good it looks and how close it looks, just like the actor. It's going to be a fantastic collector set for any of you who are fans of the Master. So taking a closer look at the detail, starting off with that first head sculpt, because yes, we do get a couple in this set, and as you can see, wow, look at the detail that has been sculpted into this head sculpt, of course using that flesh tone color plastic, which brings out the sculpt much better than any of the previous character releases. And as you can see, the eyes, the brows, the mustache, the goatee all look fantastic. Even the lips have been painted, and this just really does look like the Master, and I think they have got this absolutely spot on, and it's really nice to see that they've even given a wash to the hair, so we don't just get a black base or brown. So that just really does pop and just makes this figure so much superior to a previous release. And those bright blue menacing eyes really do give this Master a creepy effect. Coming down to the body, you just get this lovely sculpting detail just like the episode, with all the buttons present. And then coming to that collar, look at the detail there with the gold and silver paint. That looks really, really cool, very well detailed. Overall, very happy with the paint apps on this figure. They are minimal, but they do work. You just get normal black sculpted arms with all the creases and everything, and the black gloves, which are pretty neat, which I do believe might be new for this figure due to some of the accessories that this Master can hold. Those buttons do come down to his waist, and as you can see there, they've been sculpted nicely. And then coming down to the trousers, I'm not sure whether these trousers are brand new or they are reused, but they do look pretty nice, and we get glossy black shoes, which does make it stand out a bit more to the trousers. But overall, really, really cool. And then coming to the back, you get the cape look coming down. That looks really, really cool, and again with all the creases and seam lines. Yes, maybe colour-wise it's not going to stand out on your shelf, but I do think it looks absolutely fantastic and definitely like it does in the show. Articulation on this figure isn't fantastic. The head is on actually a ball joint, which is pretty nice, so you can get quite a lot of motion, but that is going to be hindered, of course, by the collar. But it is nice to have that range of movement on the head. The arms don't come out at all, they just rotate the full 360. They also have some articulation at the top of the arm and of course a bend at the elbow, and the wrists can swivel. Waist articulation is hindered by the cape, but it can do the full 360 if you would like, and the legs do click out, and if you want your master to do the split, he can.
Oh, it's perfect, Benny.
You of course get the rotation at the top of the leg and a bend at the knee, but no shoe articulation on this figure, so the legs are quite limited. So overall for articulation on this figure, not the greatest for a Vortex figure. However, it's still pretty much the minimal ask you can ask from character these days, but it is nice to have that added ball joint at the head. Talking about heads, here is that lovely head sculpt. It's pretty much the same sculpt, but this time you can see the master's teeth and he is smiling. I think this is actually going to be the one I display with, just because it looks really, really cool. That's just going to be a simple pop off the head jobby. It is on a ball joint, so you just pop that one off and then put this one on. And I really do like how this one looks with the smile, and I think this is the one I'm going to display with. Just gives it a bit more character than the usual kind of straight face that we get from character options, so I'm very happy with this figure. That is not it for accessories, because we do get two tissue compressor, and these look really, really cool. One of them is open and has silver detailing, as you can see there. That looks really cool. And one of them is in its kind of closed mode. The handles have all been painted black, but you do get some bronze detailing on the bottom and that nice silver detailing in the inside there. So these two are some really cool little added accessories. And of course, he can display that in his hand very comfortably. So that's really cool that they've sculpted a new hand to hold these accessories. But that's not it for accessories, because we have this, yes, the Matrix Interment Orb. So this is what the Master was put in during the TV movie. And this, again, has been sculpted really well. Been given this kind of bronzy, goldy effect. This doesn't actually relate to this figure too much, because we never actually see this Master present during the TV movie. However, it is nice to get this accessory, because it is kind of implied that the Ainsley Master is in this. And what better way to store it than this? Yes, this accessory is absolutely fantastic and probably my favourite from this set. It's the Time Lord funeral casket. And we get all the seal of Rassilon Gallifreyan designs on it. It's been given this nice dirty wash to make it look old and battered, and it's nice paint as well with this bronzy gold effect, but it does open up, which is really awesome, and it's been lined with the velvet red, which is just absolutely amazing. Did not expect this kind of detail from a character. And of course you can put all your accessories in here, including the orb, and that can close shut just like so, and that is going to look really cool next to your Ainley Master figure, or if you have an 8th Doctor TARDIS display, that would look pretty neat with that also. Character have really outdone themselves with the accessories in this set. And then finally, you of course get the column TARDIS accessory, and this looks fantastic. I believe it's actually a new sculpt, kind of different to the previous one. I believe it's a bit larger than the previous release of this, and it's been given some nice weathering. I think the original release actually looked a little bit better with the weathering. This one looks a bit too soft. However, I still think it's amazing and something I don't have in the collection, so it's going to be a really nice collector's piece for me. It's pretty simple, it's quite lightweight, it's nothing heavy, it's quite hollow, as you can see there, a hole in the bottom, but it does look pretty neat. And you do get the sculpting of kind of like a door that would be present that the Master could open. It doesn't open, unfortunately, but it is nice that the sculpting is there. It's a shame they couldn't put that kind of work in the 15th Doctor's TARDIS, because the notches would have looked so much better if they were actually moulded in. But it is still a really nice accessory and will go really well with your Master and Classic series figures. And if you don't have this TARDIS, it's really unique, so it's going to look great in your collection. And here's a comparison between a 5th Doctor's TARDIS and this new Master TARDIS. Always grab your Master figure and display it next to it, and that, wow, that looks pretty cool. So overall, what do I think about this set? I think it's a fantastic Vortex edition figure set. they've really knocked it out of the park with this, especially with those accessories. That casket is really, really cool. One of my favourite accessories of all time. The different head sculpts as well with the Ainley Master is really appreciated to give it a little bit more character with the smile, as well as just getting a spare head as well is always useful. The column Tardis, as ever, looks fantastic with all its updated paint apps and sculpt, and the tissue compressor accessories as well as the orb are really nice inclusions, and of course that Ainsley figure looking wonderful. So will you be picking up this set? Comment down below. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. I've been the Who Guy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
It's win-win.